Alright guys, this is William. Welcome to my channel. So if you're new here, this channel is all about programming, about app development, about game development, about incorporation of the latest trends in technology, the VR, AR, all the fun stuff. And so you're watching a series of video about augmented reality development. So previously we already achieved a lot. We achieved this the projects of showing a interface as well as the augmented reality coaching that help our user to use our app. But at a hindsight, I think we got two ways of solving that, especially when the SwiftUI is already popular and more mature, that we can absolutely use SwiftUI as our interface. So I'm going to introduce you guys to two methods, so you guys have much more options to choose from rather than just use these all crammed in coordinator and initializer UI to do that. The reason I use the coordinator and initializer UI is that because we already got a bunch of code that I like to say the gesture. If I like a tapping gesture, I'm going to add that inside the coordinator. So I think I might as well just throw everything in, especially the gesture as well as the user interface and logic, or crammed it all inside. Of course, you can use say sort of a standard MV design patterns, which means that you can have a certain model as well as certain view for that, and then reference all that in the content view. So I think I might as well introduce that method as well, so you guys can compare these two methods. And then if you are developing a real project, you can combine the UI kit as well as the SwiftUI and mix that with the latest technology, so you can migrate and update the previous already much more mature project into a just add some more functionality, more trendy functionality, the augmented reality functionality to your original project. And so that's the basic idea of developing. Is not using everything so new, but rather in real life you might dealing with the really complex and huge load of obsolete as well as the latest code, and mix it together, and you have to make it work. Of course, it's always easier to write it from scratch, but you have to take into account of a deadline, the time limit, as well as a cost-benefit analysis if you are actually open a business. And of course, if you're a developer, that's maybe something that your supervisor or your boss are going to take into account, because you can't update or rewrite every project when a new update or trendy features come in, and you just scratch everything, every code. Okay, so so in this video, I think I'm going to show you guys how to use SwiftUI to get the functionality of a user interface, and use that as a user interface of your augmented reality app. And then we can finish this project using both methods. Maybe finish two projects, so you guys can see different design patterns as well as the technology behind all that. Okay, so in order to quickly demonstrate that, I'm going to create a new project and augmented reality. Of course, I'm going to say Swift UI in augmented reality may conflict with system content. That's because the Swift UI demo, Swift UI augmented reality demo, Swift UI user interface augmented reality. Let's Swift UI AR demo, and Reality Kit, of course, Swift UI, of course. Then we can click next and create a new project called Swift UI AR demo, just to remind you that you can use multiple method to tackle the same problem. All right, so yeah. Okay, so basically, if you are going to create a SwiftUI user interface, you need to re-look at the content view again, and actually to think about what heck is going on. Okay, so if you look at the default generated file, you can see that we got this content view, and we got this AR view container. So basically, this is a sub view, and you are creating sub view and then reference that. And then we got this edges ignoring safe area, so this covers most part, in fact every part of the screen essentially, and then you are mistakenly think that this view is everything, and this view is actually what you are seeing in this is the camera, and above that augmented reality layer, yeah. But in fact, it's just same old content view and reference a AR view container, right? Right. So what I'm trying to do is to just to get rid of the original structure and create our separated file and that's conform with Apple's MV design pattern, which will be model and view. And then just to get rid of this automatic generated file. Okay, so if you get rid of it, okay, so if you get rid of this file, you can see it's much more similar to the what we already pretty familiar with, which will be just a content view. Inside we'll write SwiftUI code, and of course in I think this font is not necessary. Okay, so I can just delete it. Let's just make a simplified version of it, and we get preview, content view, yeah, something like that. Yeah, pretty simple. And we got a preview and content view. We don't need this at all because we are going to use the customized code in our design pattern. Okay, so right now I give you a lot of errors. Doesn't matter because we are going to create so much more than that. So let's create a new group, and that group will be our MV. So the first is model, and if you are not familiar with the MV design patterns, I think I got a full series. You just go to my YouTube channel, Code with William Jamming, and search the playlist. We got a full iOS development introduction series that you can watch. The MV design pattern video. And let's create another. Sorry, it's not another file, but rather a new group, and I call it view. Okay, so it's a model and view. Okay, so. And maybe I'm going to refactor it as models and views because if you just press enter, you can quickly change it. It's a sort of conform with Apple's device, right? So models and views, and inside of it, let's quickly got the views because right now let's just leave this here because I'd like to reference all that here. And like you reference a function, and you just get the big picture ready and fixed as early as possible, because you don't want to change the whole structure later on, because that will involve a lot of areas, and it will cost you a lot of the time. So I'm going to do it here and then write detail at the M and V. So first, the view. Let's think about it. So if you go back to here, we got this content view.swift, and we basically got a content view and reference AR view container, and then we got everything in the core data. So using UIKit, we got the two buttons. So one button, one label, one button, and initialize that by using the I think I used the UI stack view. Okay, so it's UIKit jargon, but as with UI, you don't need to worry about that. You just need to sort of paint a mental picture, this will be our AR container, and above that we're going to add say 2 buttons. I think I can give you guys the preview so you guys can actually see the results, and we're going to build a similar as using SwiftUI. Okay, so yep. Yeah, I think it's supposed to have some floating area. Yeah, I think I need to use a physical device in order to simulate that. But don't worry. Yeah, let's just imagine we got it. Let me use my brush so I can do a little bit more visualization. And here we are. So basically, this area will be, yeah, basically the whole area will be the AR view, and we got buttons, and we're going to push those button down. So previously we used this UI kit to generate one tag. The other is a button. I'm going to just right, and push it all down and fix at the center of it, right? Using SwiftUI, you can do something like this. You can do something similar, but not exactly the same. So basically, you can use a Z stack, because the Z stack is like the arrow shooting at yourself, and above that you can add more layers. So you got one layer, and you can add more layers to it, and you can add much more layers that you can. That in this kind of order. So basically, you got this AR view at the bottom, and you can add more buttons above it, right? So you can do this this way, or maybe add some logo. But this logo, if you want to show it here, you maybe need to say adding above it, show it here. So yeah, so this stack is a perfect uses in this case. So let's wrap everything inside of a. Right, we got a body, we got some view, and we can get everything inside of a Z stack. And right, so I think this will just cancel a lot of errors. And Z stack, and inside of the Z stack we got remember we got AR view. So I think they automatically generate something like the AR view container, right? So what I'm going to do is to separate the AR view rather than just cram all this AR view inside the content view, but rather we are going to separate that in a group. I prefer to call it a file, the views file, and then we can reference that later on. So this is a good coding practice rather than cram everything inside. But I'm going to do that in 2 ways. One is SwiftUI and one is UIKit, so you can compare these 2 methods and see which one is best. So I'm going to copy and paste this AR view container here, and we might need to pass some arguments. Right now, I don't know what kind of argument that I'm going to pass. I'm going to leave it blank, and we will edit that later on. And since this is Z stack, so this will be at the bottom, and then we're going to add our user interface above it. And so, for example, you're going to add an image at the top of here that will represent the logo, and then we leave everything blank, and then you got the bottom here. What you can do is to use a vertical stack to do that. So V stack, and inside of V stack, we can say, and we can say we got the image file. And right now, I don't know what kind of image that I'm going to add, so let's just leave it blank. And because we don't want the image, and then right below that image we got say 2 or 3 buttons, we don't want to do that. We want to leave enough space so the viewer can actually see what's going on underneath it, because we're going to show the AR view container. So let's add a spacer. So just leave a reasonable amount of space that so the user can actually see that. And then of course you can add all this button view, bottom view, and then you can pass in certain arguments. So this will be our control view that you can use button to control that. So basically what I'm trying to do is to get some button here and leave every space here, and then maybe add a logo. So yeah, adding more content to our previous UI kit project, because the SwiftUI is a pretty good and convenient way to do, and it doesn't need us to write say a lot of the code, something like that, something like the coordinators. You need to write all sort of the things, and so yeah. So it's really like Kotlin's development. By the way, I got a Android development tutorial using the programming language Kotlin, and if you're interested, you can go to that tutorial. So basically, we are going to develop app not only on iOS development, but also on iOS this platform, but also at Android development. So you cover I think 99% of the native development. And of course, we're going to use say Flutter to do the cross-platform development. That doesn't really matter much, but just for your information, if you are interested, do please subscribe to my channel and check all that video. And I really appreciate that if you give this video a thumb up. All right. So yeah, that's enough about the advertisements about myself, and let's continue. We got bottom views, and yeah. So and of course, you can say that the D stack, we don't want the D stack to leave any of the edges. So we can steal that say edges, ignore safe areas. So there's no safe areas, and just ignore all. To safely cover everything, and this way the augmented reality view will get better. And of course, we got tons of error because we cannot find the area view container, and cannot find the bottom view in scope. That's totally okay, because we got views here, so we can just create a new file, and yeah, you can use SwiftUI and you can use SwiftUI. It doesn't really matter, and I think I'm going to go with SwiftUI because that will save us a line or two of code. So let's use SwiftUI, and remember, we're going to solve the complaint here. The complaint is that we haven't, we can't find the AR view container. So let's write an AR view container. So AR view contain. Do make sure that you got exact name as your reference, or they won't. The code won't work. All right. So AR view container, and possibly sure that I got it right. And I think I solved one of the complaint problem, because if you can't find it, you can now. And the bottom view, let's use buttons view, because I'm going to add more buttons that you can imagine. Alright, so let's go to view and right click, got the new file, I got a SwiftUI view. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Copy and paste, and delete all these parentheses, and just to make sure I don't leave a blank before the button, and let's create it. Alright, so I think I solved two complaints here. That's good. And missing argument of image. That's even better, because we're going to find our image, and yeah, I'm going to call this our UI demo of William Jamin, and let's use my initial WJM, and maybe code it. Yeah, let me quickly draw it. Let me pause the video, and I'm going to quickly draw it for you guys. Alright guys, so yeah, I draw that quickly at my Procreate, and here is the result. I'm going to drag that here, so I'm going to name it logo, and let me drag it here so I can quickly reference it. So by the way, if you're interested in digital art, I also got a digital art channel that share all the assets. For example, the thumbnail, the desktop wallpaper is all that I draw. I'm currently learning digital art, and yeah. So if you're interested and want to learn with me, you can go to my other channel, or also go to Learn Music Free. Yeah, just a quick advertisement. And yeah, this is a quick logo that I draw on my Procreate AR demo at Code with William Jamin. And what I'm going to do is to reference that at here, so you can see that I'm going to just using a string to quickly reference that image. And right now we get this yeah, hello world, and yeah, this will get hello world. It doesn't matter because we're going to update that a lot. The bottom view is hello world again. With content view, we got double hello world, and we got this image logo, and it's definitely pretty big. So we are going to adjust that as well. And yeah, so let's get the basic layout right, and then yeah, let's just get rid of this text. Yeah, then we have error. So yeah, let's do that one step at a time. So let's just leave it here. First, let's change the image, just to make it appear normal size. And a quick way of doing the image resize issue is to make it resizable. That's self-explanatory. So you will just automatically resize it. But that doesn't solve the aspect ratio issue, so we got your all squished to a pretty narrow space. So what I'm going to do is to fix the aspect ratio. So I'm going to control the aspect ratio, and so change the mode. So we can use the fill, and we can dots. You can see fit. Okay, so yeah, in this way you can make it fit, but do not change the aspect ratio. So I think this is the most used, and at least by me, of the methods of make it fit, make it change the size, but doesn't lose the original aspect unless you want to change it. Okay, so we got this Pro version. Let's use Pro Max just to make it much more bigger, to see whether we can get a better version of that. And of course you can yeah, I think this area just to block us a little bit. Of course you can use more spacer to do that. So basically one spacer will just to push everything, and if you got multiple spacers, then it will consider whether this the spacer will take as much space as possible. Yeah, what I'm talking about. The spacer is just if you get multiple spacer, every spacer will have a certain proportion rather than just push everything. Okay, so say you can add one spacer here. Okay, so you would just push it proportionately down because one spacer here, one spacer here, and yeah, you don't need to worry about the hello world because that's just below this. This is like represented the AR view. Let's change this. This will be our AR view. Yeah, let's sorry. This is our AR, dummy AR. Yeah, so let's do everything slowly so you guys know this is our button. It's our button, yeah, dummy button. Alright, and so you guys can know which one is which, and then you can see the layout more clearly. Dummy AR, so there will be everything underneath, and there will be our dummy button. That looks pretty good. And this logo, in fact, I don't want this logo to be at the center, so I'm going to quickly push this up a little bit. So by adding more spacer down, you can get this. This will be a 2/3 of spacer at the down below, but one a spacer at the top, but you can add a lot of it to quickly push it up. So it's just a lazy way of solving this layout problem. Of course, you can use paddings sometimes. But let's just quickly fix this by adding a lot of spacer, and remind you guys that you can actually use multiple spacer rather than just one spacer. And I'm lazy, so I'm going to give it a quick fix that. Of course, that's because you ignore the save areas to get everything covered. So you have to dealing with this hardware problem of this black area, and So let's dealing with our augmented reality as well as the bottom, and Right, I think it's a good time to get this bottom view ready, and so we are going to make UI first and get logic running, and then got this AR view. Okay, so button, this is dummy button, definitely not what we want. So let's say things at the bottom view. So I'm going to place the button horizontally. Okay, so it's similar to the UI kit's initial UI and the initial button, and you got the layout stack view. So let's get rid of the text and actually write button to it. So you'll use SwiftUI, of course, and let's do that. So we got bottom view, and we got var, we got body, and we got everything inside of I think I'm going to get everything inside the edge stack. So everything inside the edge stack, and we can add some alignments, and you can I'm going to align that to the center, right? So just to make sure that everything was pushed to the center rather than just scattered around. And we got contents, and that'll be our content. Alignment, text, placeholder. Let's just push it to the center, and dot, center, and I think that will be enough for now, unless we would like to add more things later on. And I think we sort of didn't get the parentheses correct. So sometimes it will automatically give you some parentheses, but in fact it done much more damage than help. So inside of edge stack we got buttons. So let's just quickly got some buttons. So you got button 1, button 2, something like that. So maybe just got buttons, and Command D to duplicate that. Command D, duplicate 1, 2. Let's just got 2 for now, because previously we got 2. So here I got 2 as well. So one is for reset, the other is for some action, just to make it more nice and simple. So this will be a reset button. So I'm going to say, let's just using print, and this is a reset button, and then this will be a action button. This is a action button. Okay, so you press this, will give you a sort of action. For example, some calculation, some animation, some trigger. Yeah. So for example, you got some magic newspaper app, or some Pokemon Go, like in the augmented reality Pokemon, or you can say press this button and play the animation. You can some trigger animation. I'm going to use this as a placeholder just to show you guys how this is done. And we got button, and trailing closure pass parameter does not accept a closure. So basically it does not have a label or more info yet. So let's add on some label, and this time I'm going to make it much more beautiful than this. So I'm going to use the SF symbol for that, and let's just see what kind of label that I can have. So can I just search a button for that? So button, we got different button. This will be a programmable button, and this looks pretty good. So this will be a reset. So let's be a reset. This like image. Maybe something interesting. This is a little bit boring. So reset. Let's get some automobile reset. Keyboard maybe. This will be a command, like a reset command. Power, like a power off. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. So I'm going to copy the name, and I can quickly reference that by using image. Okay. So I'm going to say image, and of course it will be a system name and a string, and paste that. So we got this button of power, and then of course another. We can use the same method, but this will be some action, and like the action button. Like let's do something even more interesting. So action, let's get a song, something like that. Yeah, maybe a globe. Let's get a song, max song. Okay, so it's action, right? Yeah, or maybe automobile. Do I have an automobile action? Like everything. Maybe transport. Do I have a transport action like the fast cars or media? I think media is good. So like a play. Okay, so I'm going to use a play button for that. So to maybe play circle. I think this is good. So I'm going to copy the name and replace this power with play circle. So I got 2 buttons, and right now it's a little bit small. So I'm going to add some paddings as well as the font size to it. I'm going to add the I'm going to get the whole edge stack, and then add paddings here. So I'm going to say the padding will be let me add a padding of 10 maybe, and then let's get a bigger. So I'm going to font, get the title size font. That's pretty good. And of course you can say add some space to it. So I really love space. It's a really convenient way for a lazy person like me, right? So you can, yeah, that's definitely too much. And I'm going to add spacer before it and add spacer behind it. So you just got one for reset, the other for play. Yeah. So yeah, basically it's SwiftUI stuff. And yeah, you can even add some backgrounds and foreground to change the color. So background, you can say dots. You can add a color of background color. Sorry. You can add a background color of say gray. Okay, so you get a grayed out background color. Yep, we don't have a, yeah, oh sorry, it's the background and foreground color, sorry. Background gray, and so let's go back to content view. You can see the results. Remember, whatever you have achieved here does not necessarily mean that you're going to achieve the same result at our content view. So I think it's great. It looks pretty good, and because the background is gray, I'm going to make this button the foreground. So basically, change the color of the button, and the foreground color. Let's make it dot say maybe white, so give it a little bit contrast. I think that looks pretty good. And let's look here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, we got 2 buttons that's actually working. And remember, we got this. This is image here. We got image resizable. Yeah, I can change the images, the background and foreground as well, so I can see the background. Yeah, we don't want the background to be something like that, because it will cover that. Maybe I'm going to change the foreground color to a different color, blue, maybe dot. I change that to orange. You just should see the results. Yep, nothing changed. That's because it's an image. Okay, so unless you got some vector, I think you have to change that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I just want this to be conform with our app. So maybe I'm going to use cyan for that. So let's back. Instead of white, maybe cyan, just to get a sort of a uniformed feeling to it. It doesn't really matter that much. I really like to have a sort of a uniformed thing, but on the hindsight, it doesn't really matter much. I think the white is pretty good, so I'm going to change that back to white rather than a cyan. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so basically we got our button ready, and then the AR view is not ready yet, but the button is already pretty good. So you can say you can run that as a simulator. Maybe it's a Pro Max simulator, and you can click it, and hopefully you can print the result out, because we got the print reset button and action button. So let's quickly test it on the simulator. And of course you can always test it on your physical device and see the results. Okay, so I think this is waiting for the machine to boot up, so I'm going to pause a little bit. Alright, after wait a few seconds, you got it all booted up. You can click reset button, and you can say this action button, so this is actually going to work, 2 buttons, as well as a customized image here. So it all looks pretty good, and what then I'm going to do is to add the actual functionality to the button, and then maybe add something inside the container. And I think yeah, let me check. Already pretty long video. Sorry about that. I just got lost track of time, and it's already 40 minutes. This is definitely too long, and I think maybe I'm going to pause it here, and as next video I'm going to add more functionality to it. So it's yeah, forgive me if I make it a little bit more detailed, because it's an intro series. So if you are already advanced developer, just you can jump and then choose the one you like, and then just close this video. But before you do that, because that will influence the data, the statistics stat of my video, don't forget to subscribe to my video and give the video a thumb up first. Okay, so thank you so much for support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.